Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to TMP Finance, where you make long and short-term investing simple. Today we are looking at the NASDAQ and at a couple other stocks. We're going to see how the week has went for the NASDAQ. It's been a very choppy week, but we'll go over it, talk about everything there. We'll also see the trades that we could be placing for the market by the next week starting Monday. So without further ado, let's get into it. NASDAQ is currently down 0.04%. We're about to close in 5 minutes as well, so that's going to be pretty accurate. And right now for the NASDAQ, what have we seen for the week? Well, the week is actually up. We have beat the week by about 1%, which is very nice to see. Still have some bullish strength, especially when people over here were talking about a massive bearish sell-off. They were talking about retesting previous highs. They were talking about how the market is they always say this. They always say the market's overvalued. They're talking about how the market was even more overvalued this time. We're looking for a pullback of 20%. And that's when you have your boy TMP Finance dropping these videos. Bear trap? Yes, it was. Reversing? Yes, we were. And just like that, we've been super accurate. And I'm not even saying just watch the videos. I'm just saying take a look at just the thumbnail alone, and that tells you everything you need to know about the market. So we've been very accurate with that. And let's just take a play-by-play over here. Monday we opened up and we had very low volume, a lot of buyers and a lot of sellers kind of playing this tug of war. A bearish rejection, so we came all the way down here. We got a bullish rejection from there, and we've been pushed up a little bit higher, and we got rejected from this key resistance zone at 23,661. Now, if you are a bull looking for new all-time highs, this is going to be key. A break of this level, especially by a daily candle or a 4-hour candle that has a lot of volume, will be a very key indication that we are looking to move to new all-time highs, most likely retest this previous key level and continue moving higher. Now, if you are a bear and you are looking for a bearish breakdown, what you could be looking for is a move where we come all the way back down to the bottom of the range, but we don't hold the range this time. This time we go for that retest and we start moving it lower. And most likely, if we do break below this zone here, we are looking to move back to previous all-time highs. That will 100% have a 100% chance of getting retested in the future or coming very close to it. And it doesn't have to be within the next week. It doesn't have to be within a month. If you take a look at 2025 over here, back in April, we got a retest of 2022 all-time highs. And that did take a little while, but regardless, it still happened. So that being said, that is what we're looking out for the bearish scenario. But right now, if you are just looking to day trade it in between, I'd say the best risk reward ratio would be looking for a bearish rejection right back to previous support over here. So again, we still are in a bit of this range, but still with a bullish bias as we still are making higher highs and higher lows. So if you were to short the market here, very simple. I'm having my stop loss not at the peak of the previous all-time high or the previous day high, but a little bit lower. And then I'm having my take profit all the way back at about the support level at 23,400. So 1.32 risk to reward. It's not a fantastic risk to reward. You could be looking for a touch to the bottom of the range, then that's much better. But that is my outlook for the NASDAQ here. Now, speaking about the NASDAQ, let's just take a look at the stocks that are making up the NASDAQ. Today was a very green day, but don't get confused. There's been a lot of bearish rejection within the market. So right now we are at a key level, and Monday is really going to confirm whether we're going into a pullback from here or if we continue moving higher up. But everything has been very green, just like yesterday. I'm loving this here. And Tesla, 1.33% up. Tesla, this is a trade that we've been talking about in the Discord and also in our YouTube, TikTok, Instagram videos. So that being said, for Tesla, we had 3 trades that we absolutely crushed in the past here. We had this one over here, and we are currently up 150% for Tesla, and that's not year to date. That's just since July 25th over here. So just like that, we got this trade here of 17.23, another trade of 14.23%, and then another trade over here where we got this retest of this volume resistance line and a move all the way to the upside here, where we're looking for 10.54%. So all of those have crushed it, and this one here was a cherry on top, 7.64% to the upside. We were targeting previous highs in this higher high, higher low sequence, and we had our take profit sitting right at 355 pretty much, and we got that beautiful cash out. We had a quick wick up and a bullish rejection down, which is exactly what I was expecting. So how could you have seen this? We had this very obvious support line here. We had this touch, rejection, showing that the bulls were in control, and a flip of a green candle there. So you have that green doji candle showing that the bias is changing, and then you have a push. And then your support level is your stop loss, and you're just trailing that up as we go higher. So very easy trade there. 150% just in Tesla alone. Now, for the NASDAQ and for our stock trades, we're currently up a total of 649.49% on the dot. So that 649 figure is before compound interest as well. So this is a very conservative figure. Throughout all of our stock trades, including Tesla, we're up 417%. And for our NASDAQ trades, and this is just for the NASDAQ index, we're up 232%. So if you want to get into the action, you want to learn how I'm placing these very simple trades where I place it, let it cash out, and get my money. If you want to get all the take profits, stop losses, percentage risk allocation, and trades in real time as I'm calculating and analyzing the market, come take a look at that link in my description, wap.com/tnp-finance. Let's take a look at some other stocks here. I told you there's a lot of bearish rejection in the market, and AMD is a perfect example for that. Let's just take a look. We moved all the way up to a high of about 186 here, or 187, and we pushed all the way down. We're currently at 151, post-market 150. That's a massive rejection of, let's see how much percent, 19%. So if you're looking for a way back up to AMD, you're looking at about 22%. Now, what is my stance? Well, we are very close to our support line here. However, it looks like we've actually broken that support in after hours. We also didn't get a very strong bullish rejection. That being said, I think AMD is continue to push down a little bit lower, even as low as 147, which isn't significantly lower, but I think maybe at that point we could get some sort of a gap fill and then a bullish rejection to the upside. But right now I think that tech is looking to cool down a little bit, and I don't blame it. We've had this rampant bull market where a lot of these stocks are making all-time highs. AMD is not one of them, but a lot of new and big positions here. So 141% that AMD did within just a few months. So it just makes sense that AMD is in a cool down here. But I think the same thing could be said about NVIDIA. Same shape here where you have this curve in the market. And let me just grab my drawing tool. You have this curve in the market that's kind of rejecting buyers and pushing sellers down a little bit lower. You have a break of the neckline as well, which is not a great sign. So that being said, I would be expecting all these major stocks here, all these major tech stocks to come back down and retest previous all-time highs in the future. And again, it doesn't have to be within a day, a week, or a month. Whenever it happens, it happens. But once we get back down to 152, that's a perfect buying opportunity. If you want to do a short trade as well, where you're looking to place your trade, have your stop loss right at the neckline, and your take profit at the previous all-time highs, I think that could be a very smart decision there for a trade. Let's take another look at another stock over here. Speaking about tech and internet, CrowdStrike. Let's take a look at CrowdStrike. This has been a stock that I have been preaching about for quite a while here. And CrowdStrike, we've gotten a touch of resistance multiple times in this very strong rejection of our support from down below. We've broken resistance, and that is showing a lot of bullish strength. We take a look at the Bollinger Bands here as well. It looks like we are pushing off of this bottom Bollinger Band, which is a very strong rejection point as well. We can take a look at our EMAs as well, and we are rejecting off that 200 EMA. So that could just be a retest where we start to move up even higher. Now, CrowdStrike moves up and I want to say in the past 5 years, a little bit over 5 years, like 5 years and 3 months or 4 months, CrowdStrike has been up 500%, over 500%, and is looking to make a new all-time high very, very soon. So that being said, I think you could catch a new trade where you could look for a new all-time high at around 547 and make a very nice target of 31.4%. That being said, that is a beautiful trade with a fantastic risk-reward ratio of 12.81. Now, if this is a little bit too risky for you, you could be waiting for more bullish confirmation once we break above this fake out resistance line here, and you're still looking for a very nice risk-reward of 4.27 and a percentage return of 26%. So regardless, no matter which trade you take here, I think it's a no-brainer. You have rejection from support over here, and I think we're looking to make some new all-time highs very, very soon. Let's take a look at Google over here. Google has been absolutely rocketing ever since it didn't have to pay out that lawsuit, and in one day it moved up 9%, and we're currently making new all-time highs every single day here. This is great if you own Google, but it's also a very, very good opportunity for you to sell Google. And I'm not just saying sell it because it's at a high point and you'll make a lot of money. No, I'm saying sell because when you have a gap formed from a new all-time high, there is a very, very strong chance, and I'm talking like a 99% chance, that we will get a refill and a retest of this gap. So that being said, if you were to sell your position now, you probably would have made a very, very good amount from Google. And what you could be doing here is looking for a buying opportunity where as soon as we break something like a upper Bollinger Band, because we are so overextended in the Bollinger Bands here, you are looking to take your trade all the way back down to fill this gap here and you save yourself a lot of downside. And not only that, if you're looking to repurchase Google, I think that's a great idea. And just like that, you'll be able to make an additional 9.43% when we come back, retest this level, and come back higher to new all-time highs. Google is one of the most undervalued stocks and has a lot of upside potential when it comes to Mag 7 stocks, and that is one position I am definitely looking for. I have sold all of my Google share, about 9 grand of Google, and I'm looking to repurchase it right back at 215. But that being said, that is pretty much a wrap for today. And again, if you are looking for all these positions, we've been crushing it. All these stocks that I've mentioned, we have all been crushing them and a whole lot more. And if you're looking to become a profitable day trader or swing trader, or just have that peace of mind, have someone do the analysis for you so you're not staring at the chart all day, come take a look at that link in my description, wap.com/tnp-finance. But thank you very much for tuning in, and thank you for all the support on the channel, and we will see you in the next week. Later, y'all.